Oh, hey, we did in fact make it. I apologize. Hi, everybody. Sorry we're late. It's totally me. I'm on like a trip. As you can see, the background's totally different. And I just decided that I was just going to go for it from my laptop anyway. So,
consistent with it. Consistently late.
Yeah, no, exactly. But the show must go on, that somebody once said.
Mm-hmm.
And so here we are going on with the show.
Yes.
So for everybody who is new to QOTD, we're about to start the show. This is the big contest. This is the culmination of a week of amazing recordings and answers from everybody around the world. But let me give you the quick primer on how it works. Unless, should we put you on the spot there, JJ? You want to explain how the game works?
I'll definitely try my hand at it.
Okay, excellent.
Yes. So throughout the week, we've been compiling video responses to various amazing questions. And today we're going to screen some of those responses for everyone. You all are going to vote on which ones you enjoy the most, and we'll have a winner for each question. And then at the end of this game, we're going to have a contest between all 6 of the winners for the different questions. And whoever has the best response of the best responses is going to win a very fun prize.
Exactly. Well done. I'm going to give you like an A- because you didn't say how much everybody wins, which is $100. $100 if you win the finals, $25 if you just get into the semis. And what could be easier than that? All day long, you're saying answers to things. You're putting together 8 words. This 8 words could be worth $125 to you. So all you got to do if you want to play is click the orange button and answer one of those darn questions. Every day we put out a new question for you to answer. And, let's hear you. Share us. Anyway, that was a long intro. Sorry, guys. Let's pop right into question number 1. This was first delivered on Saturday, and it's question number 1 of the week.
That looks so pretty.
It's the green tunnel. So the question is, what makes your family different and wonderful? So a great philosopher once said that all happy families are the same, but all unhappy families are unhappy in their own way. But that's not what we're asking. What we're asking is, what makes you happy? What is it about your family that's just awesome? The reason why I'm not at home is because I'm actually visiting my family, who are totally awesome. I know. I'm with my mom and dad's house.
Oh,
that's so sweet.
Oh, right. On the same coast.
Exactly. Here we are in California, living it up. This is the dream. But yeah, listen, families shape us like nothing else in our lives. Everything that makes you wonderful kind of comes from them. Let's hear what people said about, what they owe to their families.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be something.
There we go.
What makes my family different and wonderful? We are the bomb. We just are. We are so loving and kind. You think the family from Encanto was cute? Baby, you better get a load of my family. I mean, all shapes, sizes, colors, and different personalities. We are a hoot. We are so fun.
All right. So they are a hoot and the bomb.
Heck yeah.
Honestly, the fact that we're all still together. My husband and I are still together. My parents are still together. And his parents are still together. I'd say that's pretty different and pretty wonderful.
It's a rare thing to say these days. Congratulations, Sarah's parents.
I think what makes my family wonderful and different is my mom. So I have had a lot of tragedy in my life, just whatever, a lot of stuff. But my mom is literally always so positive, no matter what. She's always so giving. In times of tragedy, she just thinks about other people and how she can use her hurt to help others. And it's just so cool. She makes me a better person.
God, I would like to be in their family. That sounds good.
Yeah.
It's so sweet.
Nothing personal, Mom.
This question is really easy to answer because my family comes from two different backgrounds. My father is Muslim and he's Arab, Sudanese to be specific, and my mom is Hungarian and she was raised up in Christianity. And I turned out to be a believer in none, but I do believe that we all are one. that we all connected.
Well, if you believe in that, you don't believe in none. You believe in some.
Well, eat together, fun together, and celebrate together makes my family wonderful. Thank you.
I miss my family.
I could go on and on about what makes my family unique, but I would definitely have to say we are different and wonderful in our own individual ways. And I think collectively we make an awesome bunch. So I think what makes us different and wonderful is that we're all different and wonderful in many different ways. And together we're just even more unstoppable.
Oh.
They have exciting dinner conversations, right? Oh, that was the last answer. So now that we've listened to 6 answers, it's your turn to vote. So pick one of these guys and tell us who you think is the best and who's going to go to the finals. Who is it that inspired or entertained you? Is it going to be Elle Holman? She's number 1. Or is it going to be Brianna 22? She's number 6. And then everybody else is in the middle. There were different answers. Here, Smiley's got this great melange family. And Brianna said they're all different and wonderful. And
I love that answer.
That is a good answer.
Yeah.
They are a hoot and they're the bomb.
I want to go to their family dinners.
It makes me want to watch Encanto very much.
Yeah. Right, but it's going to be like nowhere near as good as, watching the home videos of Elle Holman. Right?
True.
But yeah. I've never seen Encanto. Is it good?
It's very good.
Did you cry?
I don't remember. Probably.
So, yeah, I cry at cartoons probably more than live action.
Really?
Yeah. What's the one with the 2 sisters and one of them turns everything to ice?
Frozen?
Freaking cry my eyes out. Cry. Oh my God, just thinking about it gets me all teary.
Oh.
It's the sisters, man.
It's like the classic. Up first 5 minutes, sobbing.
Yes. Oh wow. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I have another question.
What is a weird superstition that you have, which is yours? You know what? I didn't answer this one because it would take an hour.
Yeah.
I live in a tower of fear. Supernatural fear.
Oh no.
And I think it's well founded.
Really?
Got ghosts in my house. Yeah. And listen, my luck is everything for me because I'm not actually all that competent. And so as a consequence, it's like you got to maintain that luck, by throwing salt over your shoulder and not stepping on cracks and, all
That's
that.
exhausting.
It's hard. It's a job. It's a full-time job.
I feel like I get superstitious with karma. Getting bad karma or good karma.
Are you saying that karma is superstition or that?
Well, my superstition is number 13 is unlucky.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
I love it when you go to like an office building.
Okay, good question. So I'm of the belief, superstition that what goes around comes around. Where if I'm being an absolute jerk, that the likelihood that people that I come in contact with are going to be just as much of a jerk as I am. And the flip side of that coin is if I'm kind and caring, that will be reverberated back around to me. And I prefer the latter. So that would be certainly what comes around goes around.
That's what you guys were saying, right?
Mm-hmm. Kind of.
Yeah. I believe that.
My superstition is a pretty common one. I think everyone's heard about the knock on wood 3 times to get rid of the bad juju. So if someone says something negative or is foreshadowing something bad to happen, I have to knock on wood 3 times in order to let all of that energy out and bring in the good vibes only.
Yeah, you know, ramen, you can also spit on the ground twice. That also works.
I like knocking.
Yeah, knocking is
spitting.
fine.
Of course, I'm not going to spit.
I have
Depends on
carpet
the-
floors.
I don't know if it's like a superstition, I guess so, but a weird superstition of mine is like I can't think about like something happening. Like if I think that somebody's going to get in a car crash, they are going to get in a car crash. I know that sounds crazy, but it's like actually happened a few times. So I just like don't think about anything negative. When somebody leaves the house, I'm like, oh, they're going to get there safely and text me, and I think about them being safe.
That's totally a superstition. We Jews have a
Maddie
word
has
for that.
too powerful of a mind.
Okay, a weird superstition that I have is that people can tell what you're thinking even without you saying anything. But it always has to be with you two side by side, or at least if you're not physically right next to each other, then at least you have to be able to see their face and see their reaction to external factors. But I feel like we're able to read each other's minds at times.
I would like to put that to the test.
That's interesting.
You know, like in
Well, let me start
Ghostbusters.
off by saying, in the world we live in today, I don't know what is real anymore. So a superstitious person is a person who believes in something that is not real or possible. Now, for me, in that sense, I find that interesting because I believe ghosts or everything that has to do with superstition is real in the sense that has to do with the individual. See, if you believe it to be true, then you track that.
I don't totally follow, but I like it.
It's like confirmation bias, where it's like if you're looking for the evidence will make itself known, I think.
Yeah.
But does that mean that your conclusions are invalid? You know, if you're bringing all this confirmation bias in, yeah. So then, you know, I don't think he really believes in his superstitions.
Yeah.
Though, I don't know. I didn't totally track all this. So, guys, it's time to vote. Future, yeah. Karma.
Nice.
And maybe that isn't strictly a superstition, but that's kind of a supernatural thing that a lot of people believe in. And I just got to say that my experience is fact. It's a total fact.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because I feel like a Western, like, not... Like, my idea of karma is definitely kind of, like, made up in my own way. But I feel like I think that a lot. Or sometimes when, like, I have, like, a bunch of little inconveniences, I'm like, okay, it's okay, because maybe there'll be, like, a good thing. Like, I'll have a good day tomorrow, because today was, like, a little bit.
Yeah. But then how do you explain the fact that, like, so many a-holes are just rich?
Yeah, I don't know. It's true.
Yeah. Well, I guess it shows you just how little God values money and wealth. Mm-hmm. On to the next question. Oh, this is one of my favorites. What fashion trend from the past do you wish would come back? Because they always come back. Maybe
I feel like everything is back right now.
You could do anything. Top hat.
Yeah, honestly.
There's a place for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so true.
I honestly think I could wear anything on campus and it wouldn't really stand out.
What magical times we live in, right? Did you think you have like more flexibility in almost every avenue to express yourself,
Pretty much.
including clothing? But that's just evading the question, right? Something from the past that's like crazy, like really pointy shoes. Maybe actually saw a woman with super pointy shoes the other day. That's back in. That's like a late Middle Ages fashion.
Yeah.
I would love to wear like a big ball gown, Victorian style.
Oh yeah,
that would be fun.
Every day, like for dinner.
Go back.
You know, not that I think this is fully gone, but I think Crocs are on the way for a big comeback, and I think they're due for it. I think that Crocs in the early 2000s was maybe one of the best fashion trends ever, and I really hope that we see them come back soon in the 2020s.
I will take that bet.
I have a friend who has platform Crocs.
Oh.
I definitely wish that like neon sweatpants, tracksuits, sweatbands, even like a fanny pack here or there, and like the swooshy material, but it's got to be in neon. Those are like the parties that I look forward to going to the most, where I can deck out in like 80s gear and nobody looks at you funny, but it should definitely come back.
Parachute pants, Alexis. Totally. 80s.
The fashion trend I would love to see come back are those juicy jumpsuits. You know which ones I'm talking about. The ones that was like the soft, velvety texture with the matching bottoms. Like, who doesn't want to be in loungewear all day? Definitely the jumpsuits, the sweatsuits for our men out there.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever left style.
No, it became big during lockdown, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You guys are probably both wearing pajamas right now.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would totally like to see Regency era ball gowns and tuxes and tails come back. I think it would be awesome. And I just want to see them walking around town down here in Princeton and getting in and out of their VWs.
With canes. You know, like that guy who's always, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I think these are already making a comeback, but anything high-waisted, skirts, pants, shorts, literally anything with tight tops. I just, that is such a good look.
Well, maybe you should think about the imperial gowns that Pear's pushing too, because that's also high-waisted.
The trend I wish that would come back from the past was my favorite was Heelys. I used to love Heelys when I was a kid. Every day I used to ride my Heelys from home. I used to fall a lot though. I used to get a lot of injuries, but I wish the Heelys come back.
You guys both had Heelys, right?
I wore my Heelys so often.
So
I was terrified.
I wiped out a lot.
Oh, everybody, it's time to vote. What do you like the best? Is it going to be Crocs or Heelys? Quinn is number 1 over there on the left. Demetrius is number 6. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fills right in across the middle. Let's pick our winner and send him home with $25 and a chance to go to the finals. Irvy's going for the high-waisted, tight top. But you guys know what I'm talking about, like the imperial style, like gowns. It's probably a little bit before. I mean, obviously before your time imperial, but it came back in the 80s. Like
really?
Mayo and that kind of stuff. Anyway, I thought it was cool too. So I think that was a pretty good answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, fashion. No accounting for fashion.
Yeah, I think if there was one bold...
Ruh-roh.
There you go.
I know we've lost our video in the background. I hope it doesn't. It's not like bode things ill to come. But nevertheless, we shall proceed. What did you like before it was cool? Yeah.
I just found out something recently that I thought I discovered, and it turns out it wasn't me.
Yeah, but still, it counts. You
There was
still
a
liked it
song-
before everybody, you know.
Yeah.
For
There was
everybody.
a song that was that came out that I thought I had discovered on TikTok before it came out, but I was talking about it with my friends and they were like, that came out in like 2015, but then it like had a resurfacing on TikTok. So I like and it was so in my brain I thought I discovered it, but no.
Yeah, no, I did like music is often like that. Like you're gonna be the person who's gonna like bring back some obscure ragtime thing, and all of a sudden it becomes like the hip club music.
Something I liked before it was cool. I would have to say is this show called Uncanny Counter. Not a lot of people talked about it at first, but I liked it first. So yeah, that show I liked before it was cool.
I like the title.
I don't think a lot of people still talk about it actually, but I think it's gotten cooler since what's his name? Since Squid Game came about, other like K-drama shows have gotten quite popular, but Uncanny Counter I liked it first, so yeah.
I want to know what it's about. I want more. Rihanna, write us back.
One thing I think I was doing before was cool. Well, was definitely accidentally having a bunch of pens in my pockets as I washed my pants and shorts in about middle school and high school, which left these huge splotches of ink that would just kind of travel down the length of the pants. And now it might be high fashion. It might be considered even a exquisite pattern of sorts. But back then they were hating on me for it.
Is that cool, or is it still not
There's
cool?
people who draw on their paint their pants.
I guess at a very young age, I started enjoying cooking, and I thought it was nerdy. Like most of my friends prefer to go and eat out, and they didn't cook. But now I'm a little older and married. Cooking is pretty darn cool. I enjoy it very much, and I cook 6 days out of the 7 days of the week.
Cooking did become totally cool.
Yeah.
Like all those shows. It all started with Iron Chef.
Mm-hmm.
Japanese knew it before anybody else.
Yeah.
Now there's so many.
I'm pretty crunchy, so I do a lot of outdoor activities and had a lot of outdoor apparel before it was really cool just to own.
Well, I don't have to tell you guys how much I like that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to say old school roller skating. I swear to God, I have not seen so many people posting with their roller skates. I'm talking about the old school 4-wheel roller skates until I started traveling with my roller skates. I mean, seriously, guys, people were coming up to me in the airport like, oh my God, retro skates. Those are so cool. And immediately, not even a week after, I started to see this trend on social media. So, yeah, roller skating.
I was part of that trend.
I wish I was.
As someone who's really into technology, I love collecting old technology, everything from old cell phones to computers. And I think that's starting to become a trend and is becoming cool. I even saw today that Apple HomePods are starting to sell for more than what they were originally worth. So I think collecting technology is something that's becoming cool.
Colin, you should come by my garage, man. We're trying to throw that stuff out. Depends on what you count. So now it's time to vote. What is something that you thought was just you, and then over time turns out that it became totally cool? What is that thing? Let's vote. Press on number 1 or go to number 6. I like a lot of the things that I heard today, and I certainly feel like I like some of those things. But yeah.
Yay.
Technology, man. So I gotta say that I've got in my basement, I have the thing that came before the iPhone, stashed away in a box. So that's my contribution to some museum someday. I'm gonna hang on to that one. And I could give it away and look very, very generous. No, you don't have to pay me for this old piece of junk. So Colin's going to the finals. Let's see which one we have next. Oh my goodness.
Our beautiful videos.
I know.
They're lost in the abyss.
I've been making some changes as I sometimes do, and usually I do it right before the Friday show just to make things exciting. But fortunately, the question is there. So here's the question. If you got to be a celebrity, what would you like to be famous for? And by the way, if you guys recorded right now, you might get on the air. So don't be shy.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was young, I wanted to be famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, until I saw famous people and saw how miserable they were. But I wanted to be, and not the good kind of famous. I mean, I want to be famous for being, I don't know, just famous.
Yeah. I would be an actress if I could just put myself in a role.
It is, yeah.
Never done acting, but
I think you'd be fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
And here we all are,
If
increasing our
I
thing
became a
every day.
celebrity and became famous, what would I become famous for? I would become famous for my animations. Now, I love animation, right? And so I would want to create a show, some movies, and people will love it. They'll get Oscars, Emmys. They'll be all over the place. Like, it will be like the best thing ever. They'll be super popular and be super good too.
See, I think that's cool. She wants to be famous for something that she loves doing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've recently seen Our Flag Means Death. It's a brilliant show. You have to see it. But now I'm obsessed with Taika Waititi. So if I were a celebrity, I would love to be him. Actor, director, writer, everything. I want to be Taika Waititi.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah.
If I got to be a celebrity, I would like to be famous for, something that Mr. Beast does. Giving away a lot of money, doing cool contests, and just entertaining stuff. I think it's just the most awesome thing. He's probably one of my favorite celebrities at the moment.
So Alan just wants to be famous for just giving it all away.
Yeah.
Alan,
great.
good thought.
Yeah. Endless money supply. Must be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's he wants it to give it
I'd
away.
say being a producer for music, that'd be nice to be famous. I guess for that, maybe like like Kanye. I don't know, except without the crazy, I'd say. But he's awesome. So as far as the music is concerned,
yeah. So like Rihanna, he wants to like do his art and have
I'm
people
an
love
actor,
it.
so of course, I will be famous for acting.
And Trump.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Not for you.
If I got to be a celebrity, I would definitely want to be one of those mid-tier celebrities that did work with period dramas. I geek out on those, like Rain, Bridgerton. Obviously, everyone loves Bridgerton, but I would love to just be like a smaller, still famous actress that gets to wear those gowns and travel and go to these castles, like every girl's dream. So yeah, I'd want to be famous for being able to act.
Yeah, I'm with Sonia. I want to be a Klingon, somebody that's like on the show, but you don't know who it is unless you're like in the know.
Oh my god, or like a celebrity kid even, but like isn't in the industry.
Then you have to like be on those like sports shows, like Celebrity Ninja.
Oh god, no.
Yeah, Celebrity Chopped.
No.
We'll go visit Bella's home. Yeah.
Get away. Please leave me alone.
What kind of celebrity you want? Yeah. Resurrection Wando. Congratulations. He's got to be a music producer and just sort of like immerse himself in his art. And, because art is a conversation, he just wants there to be gazillions of people who know his name because he's such an awesome producer.
So
I like
fair.
that. Yeah. I like that. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to click the button, but not until you say so.
I'm
All
so
right,
ready.
here goes. Last question. And now we have movies again. What the heck? This may be the best question ever made. Just imagine for a second that you were like a working person on the Death Star, which, as we know, is a gigantic planetoid. But they're the guys who are pressing the buttons and launching off the death beam. But also, somebody's got to be working in the cafeteria, right?
Yeah.
Like they probably have traffic cops. But so what would be your job? What do you think you would probably end up doing, or maybe what you would really want to do, if you were be on the Death Star? I mean, I got to say that I saw a bunch of these answers and no one has said that they wanted to be Darth Vader.
Yeah, no.
I think that's affirming.
I would
it says something about our society.
Yeah.
Because when we were kids, like everybody wanted to be the bad guy, right?
Really?
Didn't you want? Oh yes. What do you want to be? Luke Skywalker? Leia? Come on. Only the Anakin. Anakin's so.
My sister always wanted to be the villain.
My job on the Death Star would be as a janitor. Like, can you imagine how large that thing is? How many people must man it, and how much cleaning that place will need?
Job security.
Oh, I'd love to be manning the guns and this, that, and the other. But I'm gonna be just some random trooper cleaning some swab deck somewhere on those hundreds of thousands of miles of random places. Like, why does it have to be so big? Why does it have to be so big? Like everyone walking everywhere, all the dirt everywhere. Like just by chance, there's got to be like 90% janitors and like 10% every other job. And you have guards walking around, just like walking around everywhere. Like why? But that's probably what my job would be, just based on my luck. So
yeah, no. Got all those little Roombas going around, though. If you've seen the movies, they're cleaning up.
This is a phenomenal question because people don't consider the fact that the Death Star is literally planet-sized. So think about the fact that, like, there are just so many people on the Death Star, and it is so unbelievably big. Like, it is hard to understand how big the Death Star is. So I would like to say my job would be as just any normal stormtrooper, but someone who got to travel to all of the different places, because I would just have to know what the system of travel is like in a planet-sized ship.
Like a messenger. He wants to be like a stormtrooper messenger. I get it.
I feel like for some reason I'd be that guy who's like right below Vader in commanding force, and I'd like say something that Vader doesn't like, and then he just lifts me up into the air to where I just can't breathe, and then I die. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that would happen to me, Like, I really would get choked out by Vader.
You'd be hearing it in your dreams.
So it's just optimism and realism.
It's so funny, yeah. I find your lack of creativity.
That's easy. I would be an accountant because we're kind of the most valuable in the Star Wars universe. And though, besides Jedi, besides everybody else, who's going to keep up with all the taxes and the liens and all the financial all the financial situations on the Death Star. That costs money, so you're going to need an accountant. So I will be an important part to the Death Star.
I think some deep insight in there. Like maybe that's the purpose of the Death Star, right? To go and like collect taxes.
I feel like on the Death Star, my job would be chef, because I'd just be straight cooking it up for all the Death Star employees. They know me by name, make the best pizza. On Fridays, I'm making soup on Tuesday, 5-bean soup on the Death Star. They love it. They know me. And, no one can get mad at the chef if you're cooking up all the time. So that's why I'd be on the Death Star. I'd be chef.
Everybody's like, oh, Sith salad again.
That's true.
Yeah, Mike.
I would say that my job on the Death Star would probably be something around the lines of clothing designer. I have noticed that the clothing designs are pretty outstanding on the Death Star. They look pretty imposing, but they look pretty sharp as well. And I'd just like to be part of a team that keeps our soldiers looking so classy all the time.
Oh, she's going to be making our empire great again. Good job, Beatrice. So, what's it going to be? Space janitor, space accountant, fodder for Vader, space fashion designer. I don't know. Let's vote for one of these guys and send them to the finals. This is our last contestant, so think hard and press the blue button that's on your phone. What? You don't see a blue button on your phone? Have you gone to our website, beyondtheair.com? Well, congratulations, all you. He's pushing them up, right? He's going to be pushing a space mop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what that is? That's job security.
It is.
Smart.
And everyone will like you. It will be on everyone's side, so.
Yeah, or at least they
limiting your danger.
Like, excuse me, Lord. No problem. Hey, Lloyd. Hey, Alyush. Well, guess what? You can tell by the fireworks that it is time for the finals.
Yeah.
So, all week long, you guys have been recording and voting and sending stars, and then we got to, like, today, the big show, and we put the 6 best out there, and you guys voted from each prompt, the one that you liked the best, and then they go to the finals. And that's where we are right now. This is the culmination of a week of effort on behalf of our entire global audience on QOTD. So, I'm so excited. Let's find out who the best one is. You guys are going to vote. But first, we're going to do a quick run through of all the answers. Number
What
one.
makes my family different and wonderful? We are the bomb. We just are. We are so loving and kind. You think the family from Encanto was cute? Baby, you better get a load of my family. I mean, all shapes, sizes, colors, and different personalities. We are a hoot. We are so fun.
Oh, Holman's answering the question of what makes your family special and wonderful. And apparently, it's
okay. Good question. So I'm of the belief, superstition that what goes around comes around. Where if I'm being an absolute jerk, that the likelihood that that I come in contact with are going to be just as much of a jerk as I am. And the flip side of that coin is if I'm kind and caring, that will be reverberated back around to me. And I prefer the latter. So that would be certainly what comes around goes around.
So Huge Hog is telling us what is his favorite superstition, and it's karma.
So
Sort of
I think
morbid.
these are already making a comeback, but anything high-waisted, skirts, pants, shorts, literally anything with tight tops, that is such a good look.
Question number 3 is, what fashion trend from the past would you like to come back around?
As someone who's really into technology, I love collecting old technology, everything from old cell phones to computers. And I think that's starting to become a trend and is becoming cool. I even saw today that Apple HomePods are starting to sell for more than what they were originally worth. So I think collecting technology is something that's becoming cool.
And the question is, what's something from the past that you thought was cool before it became cool?
I'd say being a producer for music, that'd be nice to be famous, I guess, for that. Maybe like Kanye, I don't know. Except without the crazy, I'd say, but he's awesome. So as far as the music is concerned.
Maybe the crazy is necessary. Or XK Kwando is answering the question.
My
if you
job
could
on the
be
Death
famous
Star
for anything, what would it be?
Would be as a janitor. Like, can you imagine how large that thing is? How many people must man it? And how much cleaning that place will need? I'd love to be manning the guns and this, that, and the other. But I'm going to be just some random trooper cleaning some swab deck somewhere on those hundreds of thousands of miles of random places. Like, why does it have to be so big? Why does it have to be so big? Like, everyone walking everywhere, all the dirt everywhere. Like, just by chance, there's got to be like 90% janitors and like 10% every other job. And you have guards walking around everywhere. Like, why? But that's probably what my job would be, just based on my luck. So
all you just answer the question. If you had any job on the Death Star, what do you think it probably would be? So now it is time for everybody to vote. And just remember that whoever you pick to be the best of the best, the star of the week, is going to win $100. So, think carefully because this stuff counts now. I have so many thoughts about the Death Star.
Yeah.
And I never knew how much I had thought about it. But, like, for instance, that it's much bigger than a planet of the same size because they've hollowed out the volume of it. Right? And
I don't know much about the Death Star.
It's a lot bigger than a planet of the same size.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm no mathematician, but if there were one here, they would tell you, well, congratulations, Irvi. Irvi won for the question, what is a fashion trend from the past that you think would come, in handy today? And she said that she thought anything high-waisted, maybe with a tight top.
Yeah.
I suggested, we could combine that with an oldie ball gown type thing and do a sort of imperial high-waisted gowns, much like they have on Bridgerton or Downton, when they dress for dinner and something like that. Well, that was really exciting. Yet again, we find ourselves on a Friday having come up with awesome answers to amazing questions and getting a chance to share it with, a couple 100,000 friends. So thank you guys.
Yeah.
So, Bella, what is happening next week? What are our questions coming up?
Next week, we have a whole new list of questions, which I had right here.
Oh, wow.
And the first one, starting tonight, is, what is one thing that everybody really needs to improve on? So give some unsolicited advice to the masses.
Yeah, right.
What is something you notice?
So are you thinking like the thing that the most people need to improve on, or the thing that like a significant portion of people need to improve the most, so like we desperately need?
I feel you could take it how you feel.
All right.
You know, like maybe just the biggest thing you've noticed just about everybody. Like everybody needs to do this one thing, and then it'll be a little bit better. Life will be a little bit easier.
So the question, which is, could you say it again?
What is one thing that everybody really needs to improve on?
So that's the Saturday question. You have all day Saturday to answer that, and then on Sunday there's another question, and on Monday there's another question, etc., all the way until Thursday. Thursday is when we release the last question of the week, because Friday is your chance to go and catch up, answer all the questions that you didn't answer, vote for all 6, and help us figure out who is it that's going to be on the live show. But we do allow you to cheat a little bit. You can sneak in a little bit, because tonight at, I guess, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 5 o'clock, now that we're over here on the West Coast in majority, that's when that first question comes out. So, get your phones ready. And if you go to beontheair.com at midnight Greenwich Mean Time, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Time, etc., then you'll see that new question. You can be the first one to answer. And just, there's an advantage. It's kind of hard to explain, but there's an advantage of being one of the early ones, because then you can get more votes because you've got more time. You can maybe call your friends and say, hey, dudes, could you come in here and vote for me and send me some stars so that, I can make it to the finals and win $100. So just a word of advice from somebody who's been around a little bit. So that's it for me. You guys, exactly. Wisdom. And also ESP, because that's the supernatural ability that I would like to have if I could have anyone. So from everybody on QOTD and BeyondTheAir.com, I want to thank, JJ and Belle. Guys, thanks a lot for participating and kind of keeping this thing running during the week. And then also to everybody who is watching, voting, and applauding all throughout the week, I thank you very much. I appreciate you sharing your time and yourself with us. So, everybody have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.